All right, we're back. Had a nice dinner with my little nieces. It was really fun to see them again. They're we're celebrating at Benihana's, and let's see. Let's find some place I can do it and get them. Yeah, it's gonna let me take it all the way out so I can see the whole picture. See, I'm using the ability from the junker to score big in this thing, where I can hit like five at one time when it's active. Come on, click on one, man. This thing is being weird tonight. There we go. Now I can use that. So with this many people in here, it's hard to do. Should start sitting in fucking shit's home. So he's hitting ships of mine, so I'm gonna go ahead and return the favor here in a second. And let's get the beam to get every one of these. I've already cleared the SMS, and I was in first place before I went 8 with my nieces. Looks like I fell back to 5th. Well, with the help of the junker, I'll be able to get back close in the first again here in a second. Let's see if we. No, I still got a little bit of time, a little bit of cooldown. I wish it would show it. Okay, I've got it again. What's going on here? And he keeps hitting ships that I'm trying to get. So this is a technique that you can do whatever level your junker is, find the right hostile you can kill with it, and you can clean up on these things. Whoops. Pulling my screen over. Whoops. I really didn't want that. Let's see if I can get it to go small again. There we go. Alright, I might have to change the size. There we go. I can make it bigger now. Whoops. Now it's bigger. Now it's too big. Why is it doing this shit? Okay, let's put move and resize. Let's put top left. Okay, that works. I'd like to get it just a little bit bigger. There we go. Put my comments over here. See if we can get just a little bit bigger. Okay, we'll center it just a little bit more. Whoops, what did I do that for? Put it right there. That's good. All right, I was looking at my preview screen on my other one for the stream service. I've got it full already, so I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more. Use the beam a little bit one more time, and then we're going to go down there and dump it. There's no reason. Now I've got this big cargo hole to not maximize the loot. That's the great thing about this thing too, is it's got this huge cargo hole you can use. Come on, one more time. There we go. All right, let's recall. Let's see what we're looking at. If it's crazy retarded, we won't try to go for first. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy retarded. But I am going to beat these other guys, though. God, he looks like his dad. On both. Okay, the one thing that we do need to do to finish that stupid event is we need to send some miners out to mine some stuff and okay, that's the wrong one. Here we go. I don't care about that. Let's sit there and just send it. Let's see. I think I'll put Grush in there so I can get. Where's it? Yeah, you pretty much have to get Grush in there so you don't have to be in the busier one. I like to be in the 70 system. But I need to switch ships, number one. Oh man. I got the yawns tonight. I slept okay last night, but I don't know. It was just a weird day yesterday. So let's put old Grush in there on the side here. Let's put him here. We'll just switch them. We'll take the old dock and there we go. That should get us in that 70 system. Alright, so let's switch this ship for either one of them. Doesn't matter. I'll just find the 69 system in both the Klingon and the Romulan one. Probably gonna have to use opposite. Well, I probably have to use my Klingon one and the Romulan one. Let's see. That's too much. Let's see. Let's go here. Nope. I have to use the Fed one, I guess. Alright, come on. I think that's right. Yeah. I'll use the jump ability. That's okay. I just want to get it over with. I didn't really want to do that, but it is what it is. All right, let's see where my ship can go over here. Can it go in the 69 system? No, I'm talking. I did switch the ships. Damn it. I thought I did. I was pretty sure that I did. Sometimes it does this crap to you. Oh man. I don't know why I got the yawns. Yeah. Have to go down. Let's go. Okay, let's set these guys up. That's a good one. Because I really need to get my dailies done. I don't know why last night when I pulled it, it didn't trigger the last one, or that there is some kind of thing that you get out of the store up here that gives you 50 points, but I didn't see it come out tonight. And yeah, we're doing the invasion event. To me, it's a pretty well a dead event because there's really the only thing that was really good in here was DeMarco, but there's better places to source her now. And the way that they put these blueprints for these chimeras, not a lot of attractiveness to do it. And the way that they also do the event, where the milestone event gives you damn Syndicate XP instead of the loot for the store, has never made any sense. This is where another instance that the people who actually do this don't understand the game that's being played. For this event, you don't need Syndicate XP, damn it. You need the Faku Key patch or whatever. You need this loot for the store. You don't need the stupid Syndicate XP for this. You just don't. And it's stupid that they continually do that. And another thing, they still haven't shortened the cooldown on this scrap exchange. Still haven't. We were promised after the first instance when people were telling everyone that there was a discrepancy on how much of this loot you earned and how much you could actually turn in. Well, I have in my deal. I've got it on my pictures. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys. Let me go pictures. Let's see, where's it at? Maybe it's an application. Let me find it. I have even more now because I just flew some back and earned whatever I earned. So there's more than what you're going to see here. And it's obscene how much of this I've got. Photos, here we go. Okay, let me drag this shit to the side here. And then I'll put it in screen. Okay, let me take this off. I think I can just drag it into the screen here. As you guys can see, that's how much of this scrap I have. And I've got over 21 billion now because I just went over that with what I just pulled. So I could sit out this event for 2 years and still have the scrap to turn in. And they just won't do anything about it. I mean, it's been complained and complained and complained about, even though they promised us after the first iteration that they were going to shorten the cooldown. They didn't say how much, but it needs to be like a 4-hour or 8-hour cooldown on that thing so people can get rid of this crap. Okay, so now it's back down. But you can see what I'm saying. This is pretty much a dead event for most players because there are better ways to source DeMarco than this event. There just is. Even if I got her tiered out, so this event almost has no value except for the galactic acclaim that you can pull, and I think you can only do it once during the whole tournament. So yeah, so there's not a whole. This event doesn't have a whole lot of attraction to me. But I have to do it or my server won't finish it. because my server's that lame. Because I basically made 3 runs up there, and I'm in 4th place, and I'm not too far out of 2nd. Three runs just like you saw, where I filled up the ship and went back. So that's got me in 4th place right now. I mean, I'll have to go back up there and stay in there, but still, was what I'm saying. That when you're on a server of lazy people, this is a bad event. Especially when you can't spend the damn loot. And now there's not really much in the store that I want. Now DeMarco is done for me. Like I said, the Galactic Claim, and that's it. Let's see if is it 11 o'clock? No. So we're gonna go back with the Junker right where we left it until 11 o'clock, and then we're gonna try to finish our dailies real quick. And let's see, set the course. I mean, we'll get something to drink. Scopely says they wasn't a player to get off. They barely handling. And yeah, you can't get blueprints in this show. I would imagine they're probably a joke of what they cost. Let's look at that. You can't get blueprints with this. But they need to update this store for everyone. So you got blueprints. Let's see what the blueprints cost. 1 chest. Let's see. So you need 100 of the. This is side loot that you get from the Chimera pools. This is not even from the scrap. This is what you get from doing these. Where's it at? How do you, I'm trying to figure out how you get those. Yeah, I guess you may get them inside there. I don't know, but I don't know if it's in this one. Maybe it's in the big one. I don't know. I think, well, you may get it from the scrap store. You may get those little tokens, but I've hit this thing as hard as anybody has, and when you look in the store, and when I go to, let's see, I'll go to my Vorlox, I don't even have enough to pull 100, and I would say there are a few people that probably hit this thing harder than I have, so whatever the exchange rate is a pretty bad one. And it looks like it doesn't really matter which ship it is, because let's go back to it. I thought I opened up one of these other. Yeah, it's still 100, no matter what ship it is. So it doesn't say this one is an awful rate, but these are almost the same. Let's look at some little ship. I don't have any in here. They didn't put any here for me. But these rare ships are the same price as the 70 ships, which is stupid. You know, it costs 100 of those tokens to get 100 blueprints, and it costs 100 of tokens to do the Enterprise E. So that's really stupid. If these cost 100, these should only cost 50. You know what I'm saying? Because the difference in the ships are light and day. This ship, you could take this cause and come after somebody's Kretschna. You're not going to kill it in 2 shots. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. And and the fact that they price the blueprints exactly the same is insane. Now the only thing that here that has any work to me really is these. And they soon won't have any work to me because I only got one more ship to do after I finish my Enterprise E, and I'm really close to the Enterprise E right now. I think I might even have a pull from the stuff I did last night. And I do. So do I got one more tier or does that finish it? No, I've got one more. So I've got one more, then I go to my 70 Romulan ship, and then I'm done with it. Because I'm not going to go retrofit all these earlier ships with it. That'd be kind of stupid. How much better is the Bortus than the D3? Bortus is a nice ship. I mean, all 4 of the Klingon ships that you're going to pull in that little deal are the better ships of the bunch. Now, the Enterprise, when you get the Enterprise, unless you know how to crew it, the Enterprise will beat the D4. But once you learn how to crew it against the Enterprise E, you knock its socks off. I know because I was on this server 75 before we merged. They were Fed fanboys. Everybody had those damn Enterprises, and I figured our crew to beat their ass. But that's what it takes. It takes crewing on all these ships, and it's not just they kind of made it with the strike team. They made it cookie cutter. But now you can use a strike team, and then you have to do your lower decks. So let's see. Let's wait until this thing goes, and we're gonna hit the. So look at this guy. So now I just have to wait for the cooldown each time, and let's see who this dude is. He's using his junker. I doubt his junker's strong enough or he'd be using it. But what he's taking advantage of, which is smart, is the cargo hold area. You're going to get a bunch of the scrap and not leave it on the table. Because that's what you had to do before. You'd fill up your ship, and then you'd have to get all the pulls from up here, which you'd get some from up there too. But see, now I got the best of both worlds. I can fill the ship with what? 65 million of it, and then I can fly back and come back up here. And plus I've got this ability where I can pop a bunch of them at the same time. And it doesn't take very long to fill the ship either doing this. So yeah, so it doesn't take very long at all. But yeah, once you get this junker up to 100%, it's insane. Like I said, I was killing the 60 70s and the 60 elite solo defense with the blast. When before it didn't really even phase them any. But that's the key of winning, though. Winning the solo defense in the 60s elites is being able to have. You got to have tiered out junker because your ships die after they have to hit so many of those 70 hostiles they got in there because they got it rigged that way. Like my Kretschner will die after hitting the two of those hostiles in wave 5. It's dead. And it's completely tiered out, and I've got every damn research that you can possibly have for it. So, yeah, so you got... So as soon as I get this full, I'm gonna fly right on back, dump the cargo, and then come right back up here. But I'm sitting there waiting to see when the boom comes. I don't know if there was a bug this weekend or not. I didn't really buy anything in the store or anything like that. Okay, I need to get this off. These things move so fast. Get the ability. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the cargo hold. We're gonna go right back, and we're gonna do it over and over again for a little while. DJ was able to buy a second junker. Well, why the hell would you want to do that? That's stupid. I mean, it may help you on wave defenses, but you've got to tear it all the way out before it's a help. Because before that, it don't really help a lot, especially for the one that you're wanting to do. It takes it completely finish all the research, which I already got done. But no, I wouldn't want to build a second one. There's no way I would want to. I'd want to. There's not many of these I would get two of. Now I do have two NX-01s because they had an event that was the only way you could score, and I had the blueprints for it. Otherwise, that would be sitting there with. But they put one of those stupid events where you could only score by upgrading the damn ship, and I went ahead and did it. But there's not another. Now, I'll eventually have enough for a second squaw and a second reliant, and I'll leave them in ready to be made if they screw us over again and puts another event when most people have it done. You know what I'm saying? So I can score, but they'll stay up in the hangar ready to be made when they get done. Because I'll probably could tear one of those up pretty fast with all the loot I've been storing all this time. Well, I say I've got two. I didn't do it because I wanted it. It was just because they put an event out that was the only way you can score was upgrading the ship. And I was still at the phase where I tried to win every one of these or place really high. I've kind of went beyond that now because uh, some of the events that they've had lately are not even worth my time. As far as payouts go. I don't have any. I just got the regular ship. Well, I take that back. I bought one that gave us the extra stuff in the refinery, whatever that was, that refit. I don't think I even have it on the ship. I just think I just unlocked it. I like the ship the way it is, the way Archer's ship is. Because Enterprise was my favorite. As I get further away and I go back and look at the Next Generation, I think Enterprise is my favorite series. Now, I used to say it was my second, but I've gone back and looked at some of those Next Generation episodes. Some of them are not really that good. They kind of don't hold up over time. Because they had to fill 23 episodes. A lot of it was filler stuff. There were always some good episodes every season, but there was a lot of filler episodes that you go back and go, oh, that wasn't that good, was it? But at the time, you thought it was great because you got Star Trek back on TV again, and you were a little bit more forgiving. But now when I go back and I look at some of those episodes, I'm like, the writing on some of these episodes were pretty bad. But to me, still, Voyager is the worst series. And I mean, Discovery would have that mark if they hadn't season 1 and 2. That's the only thing that saves that from being the bottom. Because that we wouldn't have Strange New Worlds, and we wouldn't have had Lorca and some of that. That first season of Discovery was really good. I mean, even though you never really like the main character they want you to like, she's the most unlikable character in Star Trek history next to Janeway. I mean, see, I don't care about the Latinum like you do. I mean, I get enough of it just in gameplay. You know, I got 1.2 billion, and I haven't really tried to go after it. I get it in packs, I get it in events, I get it in everywhere else. So, getting a skin that would give me more Latinum, I probably wouldn't care about. I mean, when I was an early player, yeah, the Latinum made a freaking difference a lot, especially when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, see, the 20s is sort of like when you first get to like 61 or 62, when the whole economy, everything that you earned as through the game doesn't matter anymore. And it's kind of like a whole card reset. And that's why a lot of these, you know, some of these players that quit after they got to, mid 60s, because they couldn't have instant stuff that they're used to when they can just buy it with Latinum or with their credit card. That's why you saw a lot of people whine about. But see, even though I do spend money, I am a grinder. And I'll go out and earn whatever I need to earn to get it. I mean, if I was just a pure spender, my Vengeance would only not be tier 5 right now. It'd be a lot higher. But I'm earning some of these upgrades. Every once in a while I'll splurge and buy a pack, but what you get in the pack and what I need to fly this back. I'm going to do one more of the blasts, and then I'm going to fly it back. Let's see. Do we have enough for the blast yet? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're going to fly it back. I'm going to grab a quick Dr. Pepper real quick while this thing's flying back. I'll be right back. That was good. So your big question is, well, I don't think this event's worth it. Why am I doing this? Because I have to. There's some guys that I'm making have to go back there and hit more that have to score in this event, even though it won't give them much like it does me. But there are about 5 or 6 players that are on this server that has to win these type of events, if you understand what I'm saying. So when I go up there and I push them and make them come out here and grind, it helps the server. Otherwise, we got a bunch of lazy people in here who'll do just the SMS and they're done. You know, like, we'll look at our leaderboard here. Okay, so we look at this. I'm in 3rd place right now, and I've basically made 4 runs. Seriously, that was number 4. Well, what I just did there, I did that, and that puts me into 3rd place. The guy that's in there working his ass off, trying to keep me off right now, is ahead of me, and this guy here, he grinds like a retard. You know what I'm saying? And then there are all these other guys here. We'll go down. You can see kind of where the cutoff is. Cutoff is somewhere around here. You know, this is about the area where you see these people are really close apart. This is where the SMS ends. And you can see a bunch of people are about, very few hostiles apart from each other. But if we do that, and we don't get this, we have to wait till I get back in there. Because I didn't hardly do it last time, and we almost didn't finish it. Because I was not up there pushing the guys that got to win this tournament. And I'm basically doing it because there's nothing else to do right now. And I wanted to come back online and talk to the people who wanted to talk. And just shoot the bull crap while I'm waiting for my dailies to be done. Because I do need the dailies done for this last event pull here. For this daily takedown, I need 1 more. Once I get that, then I'm going to finish the main SMS and get it's not a whole lot of points, but this is a really easy event to finish. And it'd be stupid for me not to. The Latinum Rush stuff, I haven't been doing. I don't care about it. It's an event that doesn't, I'll finish it when I'm with my mining here, when I get done with doing my dailies, and that's all I'll do. Just because the payouts on it are not anything that it's worth my time. So let's go ahead and we're going to use the beam right here. What? This is. Okay, what happened there? There we go. There's a big ass delay on that beam. I'm glad I'm not in a wave defense on that one. Woo, that would have been brutal because I probably would have lost. That was a long ass lag between when it fired and when it didn't. I mean, there is a little bit anyway, but not that long usually. See, we need to get this number. If we can get this number down to like 75 or less, then it'll be pretty easy for the server to finish this event. But to do that, I can't do that alone. That's way too much. Far as trying to do. So what I gotta do is push the guys that gotta win the leaderboard event to come back here and grind. Because really, this leaderboard event does not pay worth a damn. Not for the effort you have to put in to get the big rewards. This is one of the events that they have is out of whack. Okay, I got another blast. So after he gets through hitting that, I'll pop it. Okay, where's the blast? Okay, it didn't fire. Oh yeah. Okay, the ships that are dead or just didn't take off. It just didn't show it. But the rewards on this event is horrendously bad. We'll look at it here. Though it is something we need, but 25,000 of the loot, that's not enough. It should be like a maybe 200,000 of the loot and then scale down. Yeah. But because if you go in the store and you look at the price of all the stuff, remember it's 25,000. We're looking at 25,000 to win the event. DeMarco costs 10,000, so that'd be 2 pulls for DeMarco, and you'd have 5,000 left over. So that's horrible. If you bought the Galactic Acclaim, that's even more. That would take every bit of your pull. So you put it in that perspective, you can see how horrible that payoff is. But again, I've got to do a big effort to keep this thing going, or my server will have a really tough time finishing the event. And there are some decent rewards for finishing it, which we'll see here in a second. We'll go up there and look at it. Oh, here we go. Oh, emergency stuff for something that's for the one of the events they screwed up. I can't remember which one it was. So we do got some stuff in here. So we'll go in here and look. Let's see what's worth getting. I think last time I settled on getting Skinnikin XP, but I can't remember if these have parts in them. Now, if the Daily Elite has parts in them, we'll go for that, because I need parts more than I need anything in the game right now. So let's go here and look at, it's going to be, what I'm trying to find out, it's over here in this tab here. Let's see, resources. So let's see what's in one of these. Do they have parts? The answer is no. No. And the one thing that I need in here, the pool is shit. 80 of these. 80. So this doesn't help me at all. So that makes the decision pretty clear. Now, for some reason, it didn't give you enough to get one pull over here, and that's only 300. That's enough to get one pull for here. They were too cheap. They add another 100 here, so you could make a pull in this one. You know, that's a big FU, man. Let's see. So I could do this and get 10 of these chests, which that's probably what I'm gonna do. There we go. We got any more? No, I've got 100 left. Okay. So that's pretty crappy. They don't even give you enough to where you can even do one galactic pull in there. Yeah, I'll make that guy at 66 guy work, because he wants to stay in second place. And I may maybe make numerous come back here and do some work, like what you saw a while ago, where he had like 4 ships in here. Let's see if the beam is ready to roll. Yep. God dang, it did that again. I bet I don't have any. Yeah, I do. Good deal. But see, I feel that even this a big hole, I'm filling it up pretty quick. And I don't even have loot officers on here. But I'll show you the crew that I'm using. This is probably one of the better crews to use on the bridge, and you can just fill in PvP officers. I'll show you who I'm using lower deck and who I'm using on the bridge. I was using it on my Rotarian in here, and I was outlasting guys that were using 6G ships in here. I wish they would open up the world. PvP is not fun to be. Well, that's the way it is. You just got to get better. I mean, they do have it where I can't, the lowest player I can hit is like a 44. I mean, I would probably wouldn't do that because unless I'm uh, at war with this alliance or I'm in, and so, or somebody stings me while I'm trying to go after the 60s and territory, then I'll go after those guys. But I won't. There's no sense of me going for a 44. But they have to piss me off. It's like if I go into a defense and they sting me, even though they don't have a player on their alliance that can beat me, and I can't leave after I cherry pick the guys I want to pop, I'm going to kill everybody in that defense. But it's really cool, this junker being able to use it now to do this. Because last time we had it, I don't think my beam was strong enough. Or I didn't try it, at least. I decided I didn't even, well, I'll take that back. I didn't even try this ship. I was using the Revenant last time. So the next, okay, we're full. Let's take it back. We'll take it back empty, and I'll show you the crew that I'm using here. And you can use a lot lower ships. If they could just get there, I could probably use one of my 5-star rares if they could get there, but they can't. So you're able, this is a really good crew against this type of hostile, and I crew it just for this one, and I'll show you why here in just a few minutes when it gets back to this dock here. But when you're in territory, there is no limitations. I can hit a level 10 ship. And they have to do it that way, otherwise somebody could make a bunch of alts and just spam it. Just put a bunch of alts in there and use all the ships that they got. You could literally make a real player alliance and then put a bunch of Ops 10 players in there. But once you go in the defense, there's no guard on that. I don't know if a level 10 can get to territory though, but you know what I'm saying. There's no protection, and it needs to be that way, or somebody could just spam them. Because believe me, there are lame people in this game that would do that. And I'm on the server with a bunch of them. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm probably getting close to running out of this loot. The thing is, once I do I want to actually go back and mess with it? I'm on the side of just, hey, once this loop is, once I spend the loot I've got from the arc, that might be all that this one ever does, because there's not really a whole lot in this arc that's worth engaging with. I mean, you got the new tech, but is any of it any good? I think a lot of people never ask that question, and they just or that. But I do. I ask questions. Does this help me, or this doesn't help me? Used to, I didn't. I used whatever arc was in there. I tried to do whatever I could to be the best at win every event. But then I started questioning: is this arc even worth doing? And I really did it with when they brought in the gimmick ships, where like the Revenant and the relativity of arcs, I did not engage with an arc at all. I just played my own game during it. Did the stuff that helped me and just skipped all the arc events. Because I actually did like I did. You saw me pull squash blueprints. That's how I got both of those ships. I didn't pay a dime for them. And I probably wouldn't have had the squaw either if they hadn't tied it into my getting my vengeance. If truth be told. Because I was like one SMS away from getting the vengeance done. And then they pulled that crap on us. I was ready to get, because I had a system where I could get it for the least amount of money possible. And I still got it a lot cheaper than most of these guys did. Because I ignored the leaderboard event and just looked at the SMS. And when I did the 1 week where nobody really participated in there, I stole 3rd place. And that cut a whole week off of getting it. Saved me about $1,500 for $200. So I got my vengeance for about $3,600. There are a lot of guys that spent $5,000, $10,000 to get it because they got sucked in the leaderboard event. But if you sit there and do the math, you could have finished the SMS 5 times. That gets you the vengeance. But the thing was, most of the time that would get you place you somewhat in the top 10, and you would probably get it in 4 weeks instead of 5. But that 1 week, I saw that nobody was really. The only 2 people that participated was the 1 and 2 guy, and they spent a crap load of money on that, fighting it out to get the full unlock, which was kind of stupid. You know that they had to have had prints already, like I did, and going for the full unlock when you already have prints is not real smart. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It'd be better for you to take 3rd or 4th place and then finish half of the SMS the next week. And there you go, you got it. But some of these guys' credit card is bigger than their brain sometimes. Okay, that event, his scoring, the artifact event. How many of these I got? Let's go ahead and do like, I don't know, about 5,000, 6. Well, that 6 will work. That'll finish that daily for me. There you go. Okay, and then we'll see there we go. That's what I was looking for right there. Okay. A max Fisha. Okay, let me pull it out of the dock. A maxed Fisha. How much will it? Now, see, this varies. You can put cargo boosting officers in there and make it even bigger, but we'll just put a generic one without that on there. Let me find it on here. There's my maxed one. And I'll put it in here. We'll look at it. You got 11.2. Now, if I start putting, let's go ahead and do that. I'll do that for you real quick, guy. One of the officers I put in here, I think I got on a away mission, so it would be even better than this, because there's one I would put at the captain that gives you a boost, one of the mining officers, but I got both of them in the on an away mission. So let's go into assign officers, We'll go get the filter. Whoops. We'll get the filter. We'll do cargo capacity. As you can see, I've got this guy. I would put him, I think it's his captain ability. No, it's not. That's his officer ability. I would put him on the deck for sure. Let's see. So you could put E-Data down here. E-Data is good for that. Let's see. Where's Freeman? Freeman is 1, 2. You would put Freeman on one side. You would put this guy on the other side. Now, who is the one that has the captain ability? Somebody does. Yeah, it's him. So you put him here. You put Land here. And because I don't have this guy going, we'll stick this guy right here. He's not as good as him, but he's pretty good. So we go back and we look and see what our max cargo is now. And you can see it's around, like I said, I think with the other officers closer to 16, but you got 13.8. And that's just using the officers and everything. And with the whip, I'll show you how fast it is, just for grins. For totally tiered out one, we'll go the biggest nodes in the game here, which are this Sarris thing kind of screws me up on that now because it's harder for me to find it. Here we go. This is it. So the biggest nodes in the game is in this one right here. This 55 system that Tarna. See, with now one of the Ferengi officers does give you a speed boost, but with the whip it doesn't matter that much. So if I was going to do this is how I would crew it. It's just like I got it right here, all with these type of officers. Okay, now we got some enemies here. Let's see. Let's find a full node if we can find one. I think that's a full node. Okay, let's see if they're OPC. If they're OPC, they're gonna get popped. No, but it looks like they both just got on the nodes. Do I got the whip on that one? Hold on. I don't think I got the whip on that. I think I took it off because somebody told me it would be faster on my squaw. I forgot I took it off. We're gonna have to reset this. I'll see how much rods I have. If I have enough rods, I'll switch it. But someone was telling me the squaw, it helped the squaw, but I didn't really see the difference, to be honest with you. I forgot I took it out because I never use this ship. I used it for about 3 months in the game when they had those Gold Rush events when using when the whip came out. That's the only time I've ever used that ship. They stopped doing those events. I don't know why. Those were actually pretty good events. They paid good resources out and everything on it. We just never have done it again. So I'm going to look and see how much rods. If it's too much, guy, I'm not going to change. If I'm below, I don't even know how many I've got. So yeah, see, I took the whip off there. Let's see, where's the whip? Whip, 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 whip. Where you at? There you are. I don't even have my whip all the way up. But see, right here is all, doesn't do with the speed anymore. I got all the speed stuff on it. So it's 4,500. I'll do it, man. What the hell? All right. So we'll go back up and go right back in here. You'll see the difference. Now, if this is your game, mining this lat, the whip is probably a must. Not just to get it when you can, just get it whenever, as soon as you can, because it's a game changer. But I'm pretty sure that I don't know if it works on the regular VAR. I don't know if it works on that. But once you get this Frisco or whatever, that is the key. And you're gonna look at it. It went from 45 minutes. It's gonna go all the way down to like less than 3, I think it is. So let's see if we can find it. All right. Okay. So you can look at it. 45 seconds. Oh my gosh, I forgot it was even better than that. It's like 48 seconds from 45 minutes. So we got we got enough time that we can do this, and we'll reset a whole. You know what? Never mind. Let's go here. Let's find that one node that just barely has any on it. I think it's this one. We're going to use this one. We're going to clear it, and I'm going to show you how fast the full node gets sucked down. Okay, it's going to suck this down in seconds. Okay, so we're going to get off, and we're going to go back on. So you can see how fast the difference is. So 90, that's a full node right there. And it takes 56 seconds to empty it. See, I'm drowning in para, so that doesn't really help me, because I've got 186 million showing, and I probably got 4 times of that in tokens below. This is what I need. I still need this, even at my level with the bigger ships and stuff. This sucks it down pretty quick. For a while I had no issues with this, but now that these 70 ships are getting to where I'm in the last tiers, it's taking quite a bit each time, like 2 million on each pool. Okay, so we're done. And I'll see where we're at. Yeah, we're over the cargo hole. So I got, oh yeah, I do have some boosters in there. So I ended up getting 5 million out of that. Out of some of the research and shit I got. And look at it. Once I got out of the base, it bumped it up. Like I said, it's like 16 million when I got the other officer. I thought so. I remembered that number from somewhere. For some reason, when the dock, it doesn't show it right. So the Fringy Whip is the only way to go if you're gonna be a guy that mines latinum. That's just never been me. I just did it for the events only, because the events had some good prizes, and that's what I look at now. I look at the event. Is it worth my time? Is it gonna help me in the game? And I have to say yes on both of those before I really engage anymore. Now I'm doing, like I said, a lot of this I'm doing just because I'm on here with you guys. I probably, if I didn't feel like streaming tonight, I would have been happy with what I got already, and got whatever the placing that I was at. I think it was at 5th place. I'd fell all the way to 5th place. I would have been happy with that. But I decided I wanted to stream a little bit tonight, and while I was doing my dailies, to go ahead and do this. So I think I do got enough for each of those now. So let's go ahead and do that. And I also wanted to show everyone that you could do what I'm doing with the Junker, because that's a kind of a game changer for this, especially this event, because look how fast I fill the cargo hold on this ship, and it's the biggest cargo hold in the game right now. So the server is taking advantage, is benefit from the fact that I wanted to come online tonight. If I wanted to go in there and just watch some TV and chill, I would have been happy where I was at, because I did more than my share. Okay, he hit the ship I had it targeted. It doesn't like that. Okay, let's see if I can get, come on, man. Get on one of these. All right, doesn't matter which one. Dang, that delay's awful tonight. I know. I'm glad it wasn't like that last night when I was doing the solo wave defenses. That would have been bad. What am I got points on? Okay, I've got points on that thing. There might be a reason to do some more to get rid of that done. Okay, so we're a few minutes. We got all these done. Claim. Okay, let's go click on this. Okay. And now I'm going to go do some pulls down here. Contribute. Let's go ahead and do this. I imagine some of the lower players, most of the events that you can do are worth doing right now, but as you get higher up and you see the payouts on some of this stuff, you need to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? And if it isn't, then don't do it. Play your own game, have fun. That's why these players are burning out, because they're playing Scopely's game instead of their own. Scopely's game is not very fun. Scopely's game is they want to drain your bank account to the fullest. And believe me, it's easy to do. You get easily wrapped up trying to, like, I really, really want to. Do I got my Enterprise E out of there? I got my Enterprise E off. I really want to finish this ship. And I've got basically this upgrade to do, then repeat, and I'm done with it. Because there is at tier 6, well, no, I take that back. I got tier 6. Yeah, I got tier 16. Okay, tier 16, then I've got 2 more tiers. This will take it to 16. The next one will take it to 17. And once I'm done with 17, there is no tier, not 18. That's just pushing this button and tearing it up. There's no upgrades at that point. So basically I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got basically 21 more upgrades, and I'm done with the ship. And you say, well, why do you want two of them completely done? I didn't originally. But you've got to roll with the game and what the game brings you. And right now, they've got this ship right here weak enough to where a completely tiered out Enterprise E with all the Explorer research done can beat up to a tier 5 where mine is. I know maybe not a tier 6 one, but I would like to have that option to beat somebody's vengeance with my Enterprise E. Because I don't know how much longer we're not until we get a merge, and when we do, who knows what the landscape of the. I'm number one on our server right now. I won't. There's a possibility I won't be when we merge with somebody else, and then I'll have a freaking target on my back. But what I'm going to do when we do merge, I'm going to look at the entire landscape, and then I'm going to figure out if I want to stay a solo player or join another alliance. Right now, there's not an alliance on this server that I want to be part of. Just plain and simple. There's no lying about it. I'll be completely honest. There isn't an alliance on this server that I want to be part of. I want to be in an alliance with a bunch of ruthless bastards that wanted to roll over the server. That's what I want to be with, and there's nobody that they care about too much about what's said in Discord and in GC and all this stuff. Who cares? Who cares what a bunch of keyboard warriors have to say? If they can't back it up in the game, then F them. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get that in these people's mind. They get all bent out of shape because, oh, somebody made fun of me on Discord. Oh, we've got to go to war against them. Who's this? Oh boy. Let's see if I can pop him with the beam. You know what? I'm not going to do it. If he's going to go up here and try to help the server, I'll leave him alone tonight. I'll leave him alone. Otherwise, he would be dead meat right now. I'll be thinking about what the most fun way possible to kill him. But since he's trying to help the server, I will leave him alone. He'll get a pass for tonight. Because I would definitely try to think the most fun way to kill him. Because he's actually using a little Kretschna. And I would love to go head to head with my little Kretschna against him. But I'll leave him alone tonight. He'll get a pass. All right, how close we are to being full? We got maybe a few more hostiles and one blast. We'll do one more blast and we're done. See how fast it fills it up? And like I said, this is a big cargo hold. Usually my regular warships will be full after 4 hostiles because the cargo bays are so little. But, you know, I'm doing some damage and getting a big amount of this loot every run. I'm going to see how close I am to second place, because he looks like he's gave up for the night. Is it doable to push him, make him to come back and do more? Let's see, how close are we? Oh, shit, yeah. We're going to come back up here and make that dude come up here and earn his second place. And maybe push number one. All right, let's pull it back. See, now, the thing about it, you get loot in the cargo hold, but you also get some here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. See, you see, I got 720 million of the stuff just from drops. And I guess I got 2 more. So this is like I was saying, right now, when that picture I showed you guys where I had 20.8 million, I'm sure I got over 22 now. Not million, billion, sorry, in the loot. Where did you come from? I live in North Dallas near Addison, so we're very close together. Okay, so it's back. I'm gonna go ahead and let it do its thing, and I need to get another drink. I went to Benihana's, man. The one thing about going there after you come back, you're thirsty. I don't know if it's the salt in the food or whatever, man, but you get thirsty. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so now we're gonna go have some fun. Maybe. Better see who's in here. Now your lower players, when you're able to come in here in these freebooter systems and you're able to access that faction store in there, it's a game changer. There's a lot of the lower loops you'll never have to do again because you can make pulls in there. But for me, what it does is it clears some dailies for me. Let's see who this is. Okay, yeah, for sure we're getting him. Oh, here's another one. Another victim. Okay, we'll get this here. And he's going to be next. Now, this what you do, you don't hit them to the very last second. Then you get them. Boom. He's part of an alliance I hate. They change their name a lot, but they're still, to me, they'll always be Mort or Borg. Okay, that's way more than enough than we need to. You need to hit 7. I don't know why I just got carried away. So this should be enough to finish my dailies. And finish that event. The takedown event, I'm done with it. I can go up there. See, that's really not enough loot for the event, but it's an easy event to do. And I got like 240 of this loot I can't do nothing with. And oh yeah, I need to get rid of this. How much today we have? I'm gonna use it all on all that I have on titanium, because I need titanium more than anything in the game. Now that the Alliance Tournaments is over with, so I'm probably going to get, I guess, about 6.1 million of this when I'm done with it. That's nice. So I'm getting 410,000, so I'm going to probably get 4 pools. Or 5, I guess. And that's does, there it goes with all my stuff there. I don't have enough for him. I'm so close with this now. I need 3,000 more. And I've got all my mirror crew that I got. I don't have Mirror Hora, but I've got all the mirror crew done after this, after her. But I did let some of the people at Scopely give them a piece of my mind about some of the changes. That they didn't really do much changes. It looks like they did something on paper, but what they did with the transporter patterns won't help the people that really need to get rid of them. It just won't, because they're too old. They're officers that have been in the game too long, and most of the people have gotten all their shards somewhere else, another avenue. Now there will be, for the low players, it gets 511, which is weird because once they had 511 was in the transporter pattern, because I know that's how I finished her. Somehow they took her out for some reason that I never noticed, but they put her back in again. Because she was like one of the first officers that I used the transporter pattern for. So somewhere in that update, they took her out for some reason. But she was like, I think she was like in the original bunch. So when I read that, I thought, well, yeah, they mean 7 of 9. So I went in there and I actually looked. And the thing was, I didn't see her in there anymore. You see, that didn't even help me at all. There are only like 4 officers in there I don't have. Okay, totally doesn't help. I finished him. Now, Naismith helps, Dane helps, and her helps for sure. See, what sucks is once I got Mirror Picard done, I start pulling him everywhere now. After I got him done. And he was really, 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 really hard to, you know, she used to set, where's 5? Let's find 6 of 11 in here. Did they take 6 of 11 out too? Okay, here's 6 of 11. She was somewhere up front. I remember that. And 6 of 11 was the last officer that they had for the longest time. And then they added Cisco, Himmer, Honor Guard Worf, Lorca, and Michael Burnham. Now, these three I already had done when they added it. I was on the very last tier of Cisco and her. I needed like 100 shards for him to be done and maybe about 250 with her. And I spent that and barely made a dent with any of my transport patterns. I don't even think I used 5 million of them. But now I'm sitting at 14.4. And no way to spend them. But adding 5 and 11 here, adding the Epic Strike Team officers, and I think the Queen doesn't help me because I have them done. And pretty much anybody who has their archives done and they did the Talios, you're getting Queen shards every day. Most of the people who did this early on have her finished too. So that wasn't a really good put in there. 511 and the Queen, most definitely. I can see some people still needing maybe the last tier of the strike team officers, but it'll be like me with last time where I did Cisco and I did Michael Brenham in 5 minutes. That's too old of content. If they were going to put them in there, they should have done that 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I would have needed it. I could have used it. So finish out the last tier on all three of them 3 or 4 months ago. But now, but basically, I needed it before they put, let's see, go in the faction store. They needed to be put in there before the Section 31. Why? Because guess what? You got your strike team in here. And all the people who've been doing these solo defenses and stuff and making officer pools, that made all that effort for nothing because they could have easily used those millions of transporter patterns to finish Strike Team Lorans, finish the Galt, finish Waoon. So now they just basically made all the work that people did in this faction for nothing. Because now you can get it basically for free by just doing your transfer patterns. You see what I'm saying? So they have no rhyme or reason how they do stuff. They should have maps on what they should have like a long-term plan on releasing these officers and how they're going to source them. But they don't do it. They just do it by the seat of their pants and don't realize you just spit in the face of all the people who did all these wave defenses and got these officers. Who wasted all their credits on these officers. I mean, there's not a lot in here to get, really, besides the officers and some of the favors down here, and you also get some Sigma resources. But the other stuff in here is shit. You know, you got some. They add these artifacts later on in there with the last solo defenses. But before that, you know, you just really had. It was cool to be able to get the Sloan stuff, not having to pay for it. That was damn cool. But basically, the only attraction of this whole thing was to finish out some of these officers. And now that's all gone. Because why would I waste my time doing a solo wave defense or any of the wave defenses to get this loot when I can just go over here and get it really, really easy by just clicking. I'm going to go do it. I've got so much of it, I don't care if I waste some of it. So, let's see. Let's find one. Let's get Mr. Lorca. It doesn't really matter which one I do. I'm just going to use Lorca because I like Lorca so much. He's been a good officer the entire time I've had him in the game. He's one of my top officers. So if I can pull 10, or I can just go crazy and do that. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste that many. But I can just do this, and I got 10 shards. That would take me, 2 days worth of work in the wave defense. Or I could have went crazy and just did a whole deal. That would be more than a month's work in the Section 31 to get those officers. So you see what I'm saying? They don't have a really good map on how they're going to do some of this stuff. And some of it's just we got the players a bone. Let's pick 5 outdated officers to stick in the transporter patterns and make them happy. But the problem is, those officers are not ones that the people that have been crying for some way to spin the transporter patterns to get rid of any. Because I can probably go. I would say probably anyone 50 or above at this point in the game probably doesn't need. I mean, probably the transporter patterns isn't as big player anymore because they've got all the officers done. Let's do upgrade. Do I have one I have to upgrade? No. Oh yeah, I did that pull and that. Which is okay, because there's like one of these. Let's see, I'll show you. There's one of these I don't have. This is the only, out of this bunch, this is the only one that I need. The rest of those are finished. And I guess it's rare because I should have finished it by now as many times as pulls I've made in here. So I got 2 there out of 4 pulls. Let's see what's in here. I'm seeing if there's any of these. Now, I could use that, but the problem is what it does is for a G3 player. It's for a G3 player, so no, that didn't even help. Now the guns here with Kirk's phaser rifle, that would surely help. You know what, guys? Let's have some fun here. Let's see if I can tear it up by just. You see, I got basically 200 pulls here. Let's do them for the hell of it. We'll see if we can finish Kirk out. Actually, I have 240 pools. You know, I guess it was 24 pools. There's 100 each. I ain't that many. We'll go ahead and do them all. I was looking at, I did my zeros wrong in that. So basically, I'm doing it for only these two. I mean, I don't have that one done, but what it gives you doesn't help me. You see efficiency for grade 4. The same with this one. This one, grade 3. So either one of those don't matter to me. I don't care if I get them done or not. They had, when this came in the game, I was done with both of those. They were obsolete on day 1 for me. Well, this is gonna hurt me if we have a artifact event here shortly. But I can always go do some more formations and get some. Get rid of some of those directives. So like I said, basically I'm doing it for 2 artifacts in here. These 2 rifles, and I might not have the batleth done either, but I don't think it's something major. Not 9 more pools. Oh, I don't have 10,000. So I did have, if I would have used this one, I would have had that many. The 10,000 one, that would have took me 200 pulls if I would have done 1,000 this time. Okay. All right, so yeah, we've got quite a few that we tiered up there, tiered up here. Okay, you level up. Okay. Level up. So Kirk's rifle is pretty decent. In the batleth. Damage forgets players, that was a decent one too. Oh, I got all the way up to I can finish that one. Okay. Now this one here is this one's, I would actually like to have the real model put on my desk. They're actually making some online, but they cost insane amounts of money. There's a company that's making the Klingon ships, and okay, what am I doing? I need to back out one more. And this one here, this one's for G3 players. Oh, and it's done now. Okay, so we retired 2. That's nice. Okay. You say, how do you earn those? For people who are lower players, you can earn them a few different ways in the game now. Oh, one of the ways are in the faction store, and you can get it. I think it's the DTI. No, it's not DTI. No, it's in the new augment thing. The augment has a forbidden tech. No, that's not it. No, it's an X-Borg. That's right. X-Borg. Where's it at? It's right here. It's Artifact Hall. So you can get some of these every pull, and it usually does okay. Another way you can do them is you get them doing formations, and you can do them doing the regular formations or the new ones in Crenum space. Let me put our Armada crew in the cube. We'll see if we got any directives. I don't know if we do. Let's see, because we did it the other day for that event. But if I got any, we'll pull it and we'll show you what we get. Now, if you finish the whole thing, you even get more. But I can solo and get a bunch of them that way. So let's find it. Crenum crew, here we go. That's gonna screw up my junker though, but we'll just stick him there. It doesn't really matter. I can beat those easily. And the bad thing, they're 15 minutes long. There's no cooldowns. That's what sucks about them. That's why I don't do them very often. Oh, shoot. Oh, let's see. Where's the space at? Here we go. No, is that right? I think that is right. Yeah. Okay, we'll go. If I got a directive, I'll use it. And I'll find something else to do. Or I can just maybe go solo some regular armadas. I think you have to do the premiums or the rare. I'm sure I'm drowning in those. I don't think I've done. I don't think I've done one of those armadas in over 6 months. And I've been pulling pulls every. So I'm probably drowning in those directives. We'll go do some of those if we don't. Now this is the way that I helped my alliance during the arc. This is how I helped my alliance. I didn't have the ship. So what I ended up doing is bringing the cube in here to be a meat magnet for their relativities. It took all the hits. So I've got enough for 2 starts. We'll do them both. Unfortunately, like I said, it still put me in there. I think it did, but this shows me out of the circle. But it's 10 minutes long, okay? It's 10 minutes long for these, and the regular ones are 15. Unless they changed it. I haven't, like I said, haven't done one of those in over 6 months easily. Just stick anybody in there to be the captain until I'll reload everything. And while we do it, we're gonna after we did all those armadas, I'm sure we got a bunch of junk laying around. So let's get rid of it. Let's go back in the archives. I'm not the they have a deal called convert in here now. So that all those extra shards of the stuff that I had, now I can go in here and do this and convert it all into either disruptors or this stuff. And now when I go into my refinery, let's go ahead and do these. It's nice and clean again. I don't have 100 artifacts in that thing for me to make pulls. And there's a downside on it. Like if you're one of these guys who stack them up for their alliance tournaments, you're probably not going to ever use that. But I already knew that I had enough of the other stuff to do the alliance tournament, so I went ahead. I go ahead and pull that. And I gotta see how they fix it. But now if they screw me out on my emerald chain, then I'll never do another alliance tournament. I know it's broke and they didn't reward anybody anything out of it yet, but if their compensation isn't a shitload of galactic acclaim, then you won't see me do it again. Because that's the only reason I did it for it. Because none of the crap that's in that store was really worth the effort. I mean, I did use all the loot on stuff that would slightly help me in the game, but if the choice of doing all that stuff and not doing it was the choice, I'm not doing it. But this was the only reason that I even did the alliance tournament. Get that off here. Is this. Because the next one I started getting help for my ship. Those are the ones that the marks, the only ones I care about on this whole thing. I don't care about the preset. I don't care about this one. I care about that one. I care about okay. This is one that where I was at in my last, because we were pulling these every day. And then this bad boy here, 900%. Here's more shield health, PvP. Those are the things that I'm looking for. I don't care about any of the other little shit they got in here. How far does it go? 30? So yeah, that's really the only thing I care about that was this emerald chain, is the help that it could get to my ships. And the first one comes to the very next tier for me is this one. I basically did the first two just to get to that one, and then they screw it up. And they wonder why people are quitting the game. But like I said, I learned maybe before I went into G6 that you have to play your own game in here. Sure, you're going to do some of the events that are going to help you, but if you see one that pays at the payout, absolutely a joke, don't do it. Believe me, there's enough other stuff in the game you can do to help yourself, like grinding reputation, doing some solo defenses to get some of the officers or some of the favors down there. getting other loot that you need to keep your refineries going. There are a lot of things in the game that you can do besides the shitty events that they're going to put out sometimes. Play your own game. Don't play Scopely's. And now I'm going to reset my ships. Even though I got some officers I need in the other one, but I'll have all the rest of them set up. I don't need the miners out anymore. I will put my junker back here on this one though. But instead of having to go to each one of these ships and re-put the officers in, that's the easiest way to go. Okay. Let's see what kind of crew we can put in the junker to make it work. Now I know we could put maybe Janeway's crew in. Yeah, I can use Janeway's crew with E-Data on the side. Let's go right here. We got it. Okay, we got. Here we go. Where is? Oh yeah, I got him in one of the ships, but I can pull him out of there. So now we just got to find 2 more officers to fit there. So we can actually go. Made it pretty easy. Or well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put McCoy there besides him because he's low tier, very low tiered. And Seska's in my other ship. So we got enough we can take the junker while we're doing these stupid formations. We can go back and get the junker. Actually, believe it or not, even though this is maybe one of the better PvE crews in the game, it's not the best crew for these. The ones I had before with Naismith, DeMarco, and Daja, that's the best bridge crew for these. I've tested it. Using lower ships than what needs to be grinding here, and it like I said, I was using my Rotaran in here easily. I was watching people use their G6 ships and having to go multiple times to repair, and I'm still going. But this crew will work. So we're down to 79%. They're going to make this hard for us to complete it. Okay, so we make a pull up here. See, we got 20,000 of the prime artifacts, and we got some Crinum wreckage for the. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that to reset. And you saw no damage, hardly no damage whatsoever to the cube. Not any you can see. They'll always say there's 5 minutes or some kind of crap on there, but basically none. Let's go ahead and use the beam. Get this stuff. Might as well get some free loot while we're in here. For the, okay, now I want to attack it. I want to use the beam. There we go. All right, so let's go back in here. We're in this system. Let's pick a target. Use the come on, use the thing. There it goes. All right, so we got started good. Who is this? Okay, you know what? Okay, these guys are using these speed crews. It looks like it works good on paper, but the problem is you got to repair a bunch of time, and all the time you have to fly back and forth. That's time you're not grinding. And these are pretty. Sometimes they'll get cluster up pretty close together, like we're seeing right here. So there's really no need for a speed crew. Let's see, where's my junker? Because we should be able to do the beam now. Yeah. So really, this is the ship to actually do these with. You just need to find out what level your beam can kill them. It might need you need to punch down a little bit. But in the long run, when you're hitting 5 or 6 of those at a time, I guarantee it's going to make up the difference. Probably need to do a video. I think I'll wait until these aren't the thing in the SMS and the SLB here. I'll come back up here and do a video for YouTube for this. There's one I need to do for the solo defenses too. There'll be ways to use your junker besides wave defense. I think it'd be a video to get some views. I mean, I've been kind of lax on that lately because I've been more focusing on the live stream. There are some stuff that I really like to do some video wise. A couple of them got started and something always come life wise, and I've had to choose one or the other, and I've chose to do the stream. Okay, what happened to it did that thing again where the ships that I killed, it didn't wait until I targeted one for them all to disappear. That's a weird bug there. So I'm going to do this for about 6 more minutes. How long have we been online? We've been on for like 2 hours tonight. And I don't know a lot more that I want to do tonight. Now, as soon as I get another, here we go. And we took it down another %. Yeah, if we don't get this down to around 75% tonight, the server's going to have a hard time getting it. Ideally, taking it down to 70%, but we've got low participation in the event tonight on the server, other than just clearing the SMS. At least on the highest players in the game on this server. Don't know about the lower guys, because I think the lower guys, this would be probably still a more important event. Okay, I think it hit one of the ones that. So we do have we're gonna move it right here, and as soon as it clears that hostile, we're gonna use the beam. So we're going to wait until that formation is done. About 1 second before the cooldown's up. Who's this 63? It's just sitting there. Yeah, she left time to go over there. I wonder why she did that. Yeah, there was like, when she was in one of the alliance I was in, there was one guy that was totally into her. I won't say who, but I had to kind of laugh because you don't really know. You don't really know what even if they're female, you don't know what the hell they look like. You know. I imagine there's not many Star Trek Fleet Command women players that. What's that girl's name that does the Twitch stuff? I can't think of her name right now. She's kind of cute. I can't think of her name. I was on her. I went on her stream the other day. I miss it. I don't keep up with that. I'm on Twitch, but I don't really care about Twitch. It's just a way for me to expand my platform a little bit. To me, YouTube is a better platform. I see the other people, how they goober up all the subs and all that shit. I don't want to do that. For the most part, you'll hear a little bit about my life and shit, but for the most part, it's going to be all game. What's going on in the game? How to defeat some of these hostiles, the easiest way to do it. Okay, there they all disappeared. I don't know why it does that sometimes. So how full? I'm full right now. I got not 28 seconds, so I'll just finish it out in here. Even though I'm over cargo. Yeah, I've already hit 88 of these, and it's like it's nothing. Especially we use it in that beam, getting 5 and 6 at a time. Should be, got 5 seconds before that comes back up. Okay, now we can use it. Let's do it. That's so damn cool. You could almost just sit here and just wait for it to cool down every time. And what is the actual full cooldown? Oh, looks like it's about 40 seconds. I don't know if I would, I don't think I could have the patience to do it every 40 seconds. All right, we should be able to, what's our cooldown at? 7 seconds. Okay, I got 2 more hostiles. I'm gonna let it pop every one of those. Okay, 1 more. Where's it at? It's got some distance on it. Then yeah, we'll do it now. Let's see how we're at. We're in second place right now. And see, wasn't a ton of effort, guys, for me to get in second. I don't know if I'll hold it. But I might take a couple more runs off when I'm offline here, just to make it interesting for the other guys that are trying to win it. Tomorrow's Tech Tuesday, so it will be the Q's trials. I've been only doing it once a week, so I can finish the deal. Oh, I put Naismith in there. I put the wrong crew in there. Oh no, he's in the Crown crew. Basically the same crew that I used for the Hostiles. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to be it for tonight, and I'll see you later.